Stop investing like you're buying lottery tickets. Want to grow your wealth safely in Singapore? And get paid while you sleep? Today I'll show you how to build a Singapore dividend portfolio using the Circle of Competence strategy, even if you're not a stock expert. So subscribe to Wealth for You, like this video, and stay till the end, because this one idea could honestly change the way you invest forever. You don't need to be a genius to invest well. You just need to know what you actually understand. That's what makes the difference between losing sleep and sleeping soundly with dividends rolling in. Disclaimer: the content in this video is for educational and entertainment purposes only. It does not constitute financial advice. Always do your own research and consult a licensed financial advisor before making any investment decisions. Past performance is not indicative of future results. Investments are subject to risks, including possible loss of capital. Chapter 1. Purpose of Stock Investing. Hey everyone! Welcome back to Wealth for You, where we help you grow your wealth simply, sustainably, and with a smile. Let me ask you something. Why do we invest in stocks? There are two powerful reasons. First, capital appreciation. We want our money to grow over time. Second, dividend income. We want to earn passive cash flow even while we sleep. And if you're a Singaporean investor like me, I'd say lean more towards dividend income. Here's why. Dividends in Singapore are tax-free. Our local REITs and blue-chip stocks are famous for steady, reliable payouts. And honestly, nothing feels better than watching cash flow in while you relax at your favorite kopitiam. So today, let's talk about how to invest smart by focusing on what you understand and growing a cash flow-rich portfolio that lets you sleep soundly at night. Chapter 2. Circle of Competence. Your secret weapon. Now let's talk about something that can make or break your investing journey. Your Circle of Competence. This concept was made famous by Warren Buffett, and it's beautifully simple. Stick to what you understand. Not what your friend's uncle's cousin says to buy. Not what's trending on Reddit. And definitely not what some TikTok bro is hyping to the moon. If you don't understand how a business makes money or what risks it faces, you're not investing. You're gambling. But the good news? If you're a Singapore investor, you already have a huge advantage. The Singapore stock market, or SGX, is full of companies that most of us already interact with, work for, or shop at. That means you're already halfway inside your own circle of competence. Let me show you how to tap into it. Example 1. Singapore REITs, cash flow defenders. Ever shopped at Causeway Point, Waterway Point, or North Point? Congratulations! You already understand part of Frasers Centrepoint Trust, or FCT. FCT collects rental income from these malls. You shop, tenants pay rent. FCT earns income. And you get rewarded in dividends, often over 5% yield. Similarly, Mapletree Industrial Trust, or MIT, owns data centers and warehouses. Not the sexiest thing, but rain or shine, those facilities must operate. Super stable. REITs are perfect for investors who love passive income. They're legally required to pay out 90% of earnings. They offer predictable payouts, and you don't need to fix toilets like a landlord. Example 2. Singapore blue-chip stocks, reliable midfielders. If you've ever used DBS Paylaw, taken a home loan from OCBC, or visited a UOB branch, you already have a basic understanding of how local banks make money. They take your deposits, lend them out at higher interest rates, and earn the difference. Simple, right? And because they're highly regulated, profitable, and dominant in Singapore, they often give 4 to 6% dividends consistently. These banks are like your David Beckham midfielders, reliable, versatile, and always supporting your portfolio. Example 3. Sheng Siong, everyday essentials. If you've bought eggs, vegetables, or Milo at Sheng Siong, you already know how this business runs. Basic groceries, low prices, steady crowd. Even in a recession, people still need food, and Sheng Siong keeps printing profits. This is what we call a defensive business model, perfect for downturns. Example 4. SDRs on SGX, growth plus income. Now, what if you want exposure to global companies, but without all the foreign currency headaches? Thanks to SDRs, or Singapore Depository Receipts, listed on SGX, you can now own top Chinese companies in Singapore dollars. For example, you have the Bank of China SDR, which is backed by the Chinese government. It offers a 6% plus dividend yield and is traded in Singapore dollars, so there's no forex drama at all. This is really ideal for those who want diversification but still want to stay within their comfort zone. Bottom line, use what you already know. Whether you work in finance, manage properties, love shopping, or just use basic services daily, you already have insight into how many Singapore companies operate. That's your circle of competence, and it's your personal edge. Investing becomes less stressful when you can confidently say, I understand this business. I know how it earns. I trust the model. Stick to what you know. And the dividends? They'll roll in while you sip kopi in peace. Chapter 3. What is portfolio management? A simple life story. Let me tell you a story about two Singaporeans. Same age, same job, but very different investing outcomes. Meet Uncle Boon Leong and Auntie Ming Yi. Both are 45 years old, working right here in Singapore, and just starting to take investing seriously. Now, let's talk about Uncle Boon Leong's approach. It's basically go big or go home. He got super excited by some TikTok stock tips. You know, stuff like Tesla, Nvidia, and a few US growth stocks. He chased capital gains, ignored dividends, and honestly, kept very little cash on hand. When markets dropped, his portfolio took a 50% hit. He panicked, couldn't sleep, didn't dare to tell his wife. Why? Well, because his portfolio was all strikers, but no defense. Now, let's look at Auntie Ming Yi's approach. She believes slow and steady wins the race. One Sunday, she sat down and asked herself, what do I really want from investing? She realized her goal was passive income, basically money that comes in without her having to work for it. So she built her portfolio like this. First, a defensive core. She started with dividend-paying REITs like Frasers Centrepoint Trust, Capital Integrated Commercial Trust, and Sheng Siong. These gave her stable income. Next, she added some balanced picks, banks like DBS and OCBC. Why? Because she understood how they make money: loans, deposits, and investments. Plus, they pay 5 to 6% dividends. For a bit of growth, she took a small position in an SDR like Alibaba, just for some capital appreciation, but she kept it sized reasonably, so no sleepless nights. And of course, she kept 6 months of cash in her war chest, so she wouldn't have to panic sell if markets crashed. So what's the result? Every 3 months, dividends roll in. Ming Yi reinvests them and watches her passive income grow slowly, like a kopi machine that keeps refilling her cup. She's not chasing fast returns. She's building long-term cash flow. That, my friends, is portfolio management done right. Chapter 4. How to build a balanced portfolio. If you're in your 20s or 30s, you might go heavier on growth stocks. Just don't forget to build a strong foundation. If you're in your 40s or 50s, you might want more dividend payers. Income becomes more important. At 60 and beyond, maybe it's time to go full cash flow mode. REITs, stable blue chips, and SGD-denominated SDRs. In the end, the best portfolio is one that helps you sleep well and still gives you money to buy kaya toast in the morning. Final thoughts. Building a cash flow-rich life. All right, let's wrap it up with 5 simple steps to build a cash flow-rich life right here in Singapore. First, stick to what you know. Don't guess. Start with businesses you interact with daily, like malls you visit, banks you trust, or supermarkets where you buy groceries. Second, build a solid base of dividend payers. REITs like CICT and FCT. Blue chips like DBS, OCBC, or Sheng Siong. These are your income machines that pay you to wait. Third, add growth carefully. If you want growth, use what you understand. Maybe Alibaba or Tencent through SGX SDRs. Know the business, know the risks. Fourth, always keep cash. A portfolio with no cash is like driving without brakes. Keep 3 to 6 months of expenses ready. Not exciting, but honestly, it's essential. And fifth, review your portfolio yearly. Life changes, and your investment formation should too. As you grow older, shift toward defense. Prioritize income and sleep quality. Let's build wealth together. If this video helped you think differently about investing, give it a thumbs up and hit subscribe to join our growing community here at Wealth for You. Every week, we break down investing the Singaporean way. Simple, practical, and sustainable. And remember, you don't need to be a genius to invest well. You just need to know what you actually understand. That's what makes the difference between losing sleep and sleeping soundly with dividends rolling in. Thanks for watching. And until next time, invest safe, invest smart, and always stay cash flow rich.